in our living spaces as they want to be part of this. My name is Iyabo Onipede. I am present with you. I am with Compassionate Atlanta, and we had talked about this call because of the necessity to address what grief is. And I want to start out thanking our allies for being here. The name of this call is Centering Black Grief. If you don't mind, if you're an ally, meaning a non-Black person, please put ally next to your name so we can identify you to separate you out. And if you're not on the call with your video, I encourage you to come and be present, come and be fully present so that we can honor your very living and your very being. And also when we separate out into rooms, we want to make sure that we've done the separation properly. So I'm going to talk for a few minutes before we go into our separate rooms. And one of the things I want to first start out with is to talk about why are we centering and why are we centering Black grief? So if you think of 3 concentric circles, I envision at the center this thing called grief, a collective community that is grieving, right? And then the second circle are our bodies when we come together and huddle together in a circle. And the third circle are those that love us, that want to protect us. And I see our allies in that outer circle. I see Black bodies in the middle circle, and I see our very humanity at the very center of it. I am originally from Lagos, Nigeria, and in my culture, we grieve very differently than how we grieve in America. So my mother was white American, my father was Nigerian. It took a month to bury my father, and it was huge, 1,000 people or more, right? My mother, 3 days later, my white mother was in the ground, family, and we were done, right? There are different ways we do life rituals. And I want our allies to understand that. We center, what is at the center is what you prioritize. It is what you value. It is what you honor. It is what you invoke spirit to. It is what you acknowledge that spirit created. So when you put something at the center, you humanize it and you make it a priority. So our allies coming to help us prioritize that, that speaks to what we want to see in the larger community, which is our soft and tender spots where we're the most vulnerable. We're asking for structures to fix and center. The weakest among us should become the strongest, right? That is the goal of the 3 concentric circles. Now, I want to talk about what is grief versus lament. I went to seminary, I was trained in pastoral care. Lament is the expression of your grief. Grief is everything you're holding in your body cells that you're saying, this is a problem for me, right? This is not okay, I'm not okay, right? But lament is when you make a complaint. And in the Judeo-Christian tradition, your lament, you go to the Creator and you lament. It's not really complaining, but when you refuse to be comforted, you are lamenting. And it is time for the Black community to understand there's a difference between our grief and our lament. Our grief needs to flow through us, right? But our lament, we cannot stop till structures are fixed. So you continue with your lament, beloved. Continue with it. It is necessary. Your protest is your lament. But your grief and the grief of your ancestors that reside in your body, like the pastor said, the epigenetics of it, you want to move that through. Move it through your body, okay? Take a deep breath. Move the grief, okay? Because it harms us when it stays there. We're not therapists. I study pastoral care. I can do grief and comfort people with the best of them, but we're coming out of our hearts, not our professions. And we are going to provide you with a list afterwards of people that you can seek professional help for. And in the Black community, you know, there's a stigma with therapy, right? So all the more reason we're doing this call to tell you, you need the therapists, you need your pastoral care providers, you need your chaplains. Our grief as Black people is very compounding. It's complex. Prior to the pandemic, we were living in a state of being consistently muted and silenced about our truthful lived realities regarding racism. Prior to the pandemic, with the overreaching effect and impact of mass incarceration, Black people were living in webs of broken families and broken communities. Add to that, Black people now started dealing with the pandemic. Add to that, Black people are disproportionately represented in those that have died from COVID-19, right? And that's because of structural racism, not because of anything wrong with our genetics. Black people, unlike everyone else in America, live in a perpetual threat of illegal and murderous police brutality due to policing, both by legitimate and illegitimate officers of the law. Black people, unlike everyone else in America, live with daily pervasive onslaught of micro and macro aggressions from non-Black people. And this is the invisible objectification of the Black body. Black people, unlike everyone else in America, see the mutilated and murdered bodies of people that look just like them being replayed incessantly on social media and news outlets. This triggers memories and stories in the lineage of racial terror, extrajudicial lynchings, where white families had picnics under trees that bore strange fruit, AKA the hanging and mutilation of victims of such lynchings for their entertainment only. This is known as vicarious trauma that we continue to undergo every time we see these bodies in the media. Black people live an umbrella, unlike most people in America, live under the umbrella of a national leadership that endorses hate groups that actively work against the Black community. Black people, unlike everyone else in America, are not allowed to grieve. Yet the very condition of the Black life is to be in a constant state of mourning. That's a statement by Claudia Rankin. Bodies are broken, breaths stuck in throats, hearts are torn into millions of pieces, unsheddable tears hanging like lead in the chest, minds whirling in unrelenting assaults, disorientation, spinning into rage. Bodies are broken when a life is reduced to a hashtag, and sometimes there isn't even solidarity within the Black community. Human beings are designed to hope, yet hopelessness is the order of the day if you are Black. How do we access our hope, beloved? We access our hope by processing that grief, by centering it, by naming it, by letting it move through our bodies. And one of our ancestors, Toni Morrison, wrote about this in Beloved. And now I'm going to read you this piece. And I pray that you embody this piece into your physical being and take the energy into your respective groups. Baby Suggs called the women to her. Cry, she told them, for the living and the dead, just cry. And without covering their eyes, the women let loose. It started that way, laughing children, dancing men, crying women, and then it got mixed up. Women stopped crying and danced. Men sat down and cried. Children danced. Women laughed. Children cried. until exhausted and riven, all and each lay about the clearing, damp and gasping for breath. In the silence that followed, baby Suggs, holy, offered up to them her great big heart. Here, she said, in this here place we flesh, flesh that weeps, laughs, flesh that dances on bare grass, on bare feet in grass. Love it hard. Yonder, they do not love your flesh, they despise it. No more do they love the skin on your back. Yonder, they flay it. And oh, my people, they do not love your hands. These they only use, tie, bind, chop off, and leave empty. Love your hands. Love them. Raise them up and kiss them. Touch others with them. Pat them together. Stroke them on your face, because they don't love that either. You gotta love it, you. And no, they ain't in love with your mouth. Yonder out there, they will see it broken and break it again. What you say out of it, they will not heed. What you put into it to nourish the body, they will snatch away and give livings instead. No, they don't love your mouth. You gotta love it. This is flesh I'm talking about here. Flesh that needs to be loved. Feet that need to rest and to dance. Backs that need support, shoulders that need arms, strong arms, I'm telling you. And all my people out yonder, hear me. They do not love your neck, unnoosed and straight. So love your neck. Put a hand on it, grace it, stroke it, and hold it up. And all your inside parts that they just as soon slop for hogs, you've got to love them. The dark, dark liver, love it, and the beat and beating heart, love that too. More than eyes or feet, more than your life-holding womb and your life-giving private parts. Hear me now. Love your heart, for this is the prize. Breathe. Put an ally next to your name, please, especially if your screen is not on. Breathe, breathe. Love your heart, y'all. Love your heart. Center that grief and move it through your body. But beloved, hold on to your lament. Your lament is your liberation, not your grief. We're now going to go into our rooms. It's all right, y'all. It's all right. The gift that is Kenya.
Stop. Everybody's faces too is really good to see. Thank you so much, Iyabo and Allison, and for the team for putting this together. If I am in a position where I need to hold space, I try not to speak until it's the time to hold space. But please know that I heard you, and I'm so grateful for your transparency, and I'm grateful for just your courage, right? I'm Kenya Jackson Salters. I am a certified Reiki master and a spiritual practitioner. And the work I do is all about energy in the body, pulling energy from different parts of the body, moving energy that's in a wrong place, opening up parts of our body that have gotten closed off. And while I was listening to you all speak today, I was just paying attention to what I was hearing, paying attention to what I was feeling. And I just wanted to offer that our health is our strength. And today we're going to put our grief in a physical container, something that we can see, something that we can experience, something that we can actually look at. And we're going to do that because when trauma takes root in the body, It causes pain. It causes lack of mobility. It causes things to lock up. But it also really infects our mind, and it makes it impossible for us to be able to see what we want to see. That's what depression is. Depression oftentimes is the absence of hope. It's the absence of being able to even imagine something better than what I'm going through. And one of the many ways that white supremacy has been successful is because it has taken away the hope that we hold in our mind and created a prison for ourselves that we live in, where there's a constant there's an attack that's going on outside of the body externally, but then there's also an attack that's going on inside of the mind internally. And it, by many, in a lot of ways, it paralyzes us emotionally. And so what I want to do is try to move some of that energy around today. I know that Iyabo asked you all to get a candle. If you have that candle, I want you to light that candle. The candle is going to take on the candle's role in this is going to be keeping something alive, right? Our candle is going to represent life. It's going to represent activity. It's going to represent something being active. All right, so let's light it now, so that the next few minutes that we go through, we are offering and saying, this is alive in this moment. This is what is for us in this moment. Now, I'm also going to ask you a question. I know I have two screens of people, and no, don't get mad at me, but I really need you to do this. I really would like for you all to go and get a cup of water. I have if you have water, this is not water for you to drink. So if you've already drank the water, fine, but we're not drinking it after this, okay? So if you, we're not drinking it after this. So if you want some now, drink it now, but know that you're not going to drink any more of this water. And if possible, I would say get a fresh cup of water in a new vessel, that where you can leave, where this vessel can, you're not going to be drinking out of it anytime soon, okay? And intentionality is huge, right? So if you can't get a cup of water, then you envision a cup of water, but I really, really want you to have a cup of water. Let's just allow space for people to get a cup of water. Let's light our candles. Let you know that right now what we're doing, this is alive. Okay, thank you, perfect. Oh, he got the Deer Park. That's my favorite water. That Deer Park water is so yummy, y'all. It's so, so yummy. All right, got some folks back with the water. Okay, good. Thank you, thank you. Candle is lit. Water is lit. The reason why we do this is when you're doing ritual, you always want to have as many elements present as possible. So we have fire from the candles. We've got water in the cups, and we represent earth, as these human beings are made of carbon, okay? And the wind is in the breath, all right? So now we have all of the elements present. All the elements are present in this moment. And what I'm going to do is I am going to ask you to close your eyes, all right, at this time. I want you to close your eyes, and I'm going to ask you a couple questions. And these questions are all about, where is the certain emotion that I'm going to bring up? Where is it in your body? So you really got to get centered here. Get as quiet as you possibly can get. Get as still as you possibly can get. Really begin to feel whatever you're sitting on. Feel the chair on your bottom. Feel the desk beneath your arms if your arms are there. Feel your body. Be in your body. Be in your body. Be in your body right now. Be present in your body right now, even if it's uncomfortable. Because this is where the grief is living. And what we're going to do is we're going to find it. We're going to find the grief in the body. And so my first question is, where is the anger? Where is the anger? If you had to touch a part of your body, where is the anger living in you? Is it in the small of your back? Is it in your stomach? Is it in your chest, your heart? Is it in your head? Is it your thoughts? Where's the anger at in your body? And I want you to touch that. Touch that part of your body. Just touch it. Just touch it. Feels hot, doesn't it? Feel the heat there. Feel the heat. Feel the heat of your hands touching that. Touching that anger. that's in your head. Mine is in my head. All my anger is in my head. I'm gonna ask you next, where is the shame? Where's the shame that you're carrying associated with this? Yeah, I know. Where's the shame at, y'all? Where's the shame? Is the shame in your heart? Ooh. Mm-hmm. Where's the shame? For some of our allies, some of that shame is in your skin. Some of that shame is in your skin. Also, my people of color, some of that shame is in your skin. Find it. Find a place on your body that represents that shame. Where is it? Next, I want to ask, where is the sadness? Where's the sadness? Where's that sadness living at in your body? Mm-hmm. Mine is in my eyes. Yeah, my sadness is in my eyes tonight. And all the things I've seen, and all the things I might have to see, and all the things I don't want to see. That's where my sadness is. Touch it. Touch that place on your body. See, when you touch that place, when you bring the energy of your touch and bring the energy of your life to that place, you're enacting something very powerful. First of all, you're giving it, you're acknowledging it, right? Because that pain has been living in your eyes, that anxiety has been living in your shoulders, that shame has been living in your skin. And when you touch those places, you're giving them relevance. You're saying, I feel you. I see you're here. You're here. All right? We're just going to take one more second here. In any place in your body right now where you feel like something is coming up, where you feel warm, where you feel tightness, where you feel darkness, where you feel something tensing up, I just want you to offer your hands to that. In Reiki, we just offer our hands. We just touch, and I don't even touch my clients most of the time. I'm hovering over them. Just touch that place. Offer that place some comfort. Offer that place some grace, because your back has been carrying that stress. Your neck has been carrying that stress. Your forehead has been carrying that stress, carrying that sadness, carrying that grief. The morning of expectations, the loss of hope. Okay, I want you to touch that place. And when you're done, take your hands and I want you to put them on top of that vessel of water. Put them on top. Make a little cone on top of that vessel of water, all right? We're going to stay here for about 15 seconds. And what I want you to do, this is where the pain is going to live tonight. This is where the grief is going to live tonight. This is going to be the place that we put the painful manifestations of our grief, not our lament. Thank you, Iyabo, for that distinction. But this is where we're going to put the pain. This is where we're going to put the stress. We're going to release the energy that we just pulled out of our bodies into this water. And right now, I just want you to close your eyes and I want you to imagine just streams of light or streams of material, streams of matter being released into this water. This water that was put here to heal us, this water that was put here to clean us, this water that was put here to transmute. We're releasing that. And I'm going to be quiet here for 30 seconds while you just envision all of that you just pulled out of your body, just falling into this vessel of water. I feel a heartbeat in my hands. Do y'all feel that? Do y'all feel that heartbeat in your hands? Just nod your head if you do. Feel the heartbeat. You can feel your heart. You can feel that energy leaving the body. leaving the body, putting it in a safe place, okay? Putting it in a sacred place. Yeah, let it go. Let it out. All right. So let's take a second after that just to shake our hands out. Let's shake that energy up now. And here's the thing. Anytime we lose something, even if we lose something that we deem as negative, we still have to bring ourselves back into wholeness. We still have to bring ourselves back into completeness. So what we're going to do is we're going to seal the body now. We're going to seal the body off, seal the energy off by placing our left hand on our forehead. This is the third eye. This is the seat of your intuition. This is where source downloads information to you. This is where you get those ideas about stuff that inspire thought. Right hand on your belly, right above your belly button. My stomach is a little tubby. I can't tell what's my belly button or not, but right in the middle is where we're going to put our hands. And your right hand is over your solar plexus chakra. This is where your gut lives, your gut feeling. This is where activity lives in the body. This means I do right here. So what we want to do while we're closing up the body is we're connecting what I know to be true, the third eye, the intuition, and then what I actually do with my body. That's what we're doing right now. We're connecting those two places in our body. And we're setting an intention right now that I call back to myself anything that is powerful that I have lost. I call back to myself any knowledge that I know to move forward in a positive way. I call back to myself any parts of me that I have allowed to be taken, any parts of me that I've forgotten are mine. I call those back to me right now. And I begin to think in a way and move in a way and act in a way and speak in a way that is representative of my power. Let's hold that intention for 15 seconds. Oh, you all are so beautiful. Let's hold that intention. I will know how to act. I will know what to do. I am complete. I am whole. I am enough. I am not diminished. I am divine. I am perfect in my presentation. Yeah. And when it feels right for you, just let it go. When it feels right for you, let it go. Okay. So let's just pause for a second and shake that out. That's heavy. It's heavy stuff. A lot of stuff has moved through your body tonight. A lot of stuff has moved through you. Yeah. Yeah. Bring it back. I see you, Michelle. Bring it back. Call it back to you. Call it back to you. Yeah, shake it out. Now, so I just want to tell you how we treat this, okay? When you leave here, when we get off this call, wash your hands. Really thoroughly wash your hands, and you're going to wash your hands with intention, right? Everything we're doing is with intention. You wash your hands with intention. Now, you have placed your grief in this water. You have placed the pain that was living in your body in this water. This is a real thing. I'm not playing with you. When you get ready to dispose of this water, you want to flush it down your toilet. You don't want to pour it down your sink. You want to flush it down your toilet. If you want to, you can take it outside and throw it in the yard. Now, if you want to hold on to it, that's also an idea. This isn't going to infect your space or anything like that. I would put a lid on it. I would put a top on it, and I would name that this is where I have put these things. And sometimes you can hold on to it for a while, and maybe at some point you feel like you're ready to let it go. Some people, I don't say longer than a week. The water's going to start to change color and all that kind of stuff. And I don't like to scare people. But it can just give you a place, a container to put the energy, because all this is energy. Another thing that I can recommend to you is right now our candle is lit. And that means, and I did that on purpose, we lit the candle to say that this energy is now active. This energy right now is on. This energy right now is where we're giving our life. When we extinguish the candle, we can set an intention that this energy is not on. This energy is not active, all right? So this is to protect you from to protect you from feeling any level of threat. When we do energy work like this, any level of threat, your intentionality is what sets the container for what happens. All right. So, and my intention is when my candle is lit, this energy is on. When I blow out my candle, the energy is off. When I dispose of my water, that particular moment of grief, that particular moment of pain and stress is now gone. And you can do this as many times as you feel like you need to try to bring yourself to a place of being able to see, feel, and touch the parts in your body that are hurting, the parts in your body that are not feeling great, to put it in a place that can hold it, in a place that's meant to hold it, and then to dispose of it at your leisure when you feel comfortable doing it. And also, of course, closing yourself back up so that you're not open now. Your body's not open to receiving right now. You close yourself up in your knowledge here, in your spiritual knowledge, and in your physical knowledge. Your body is now closed. I want to thank you all for trusting me. I watched a few of you all really go through this. I knew this is new to a lot of people. So I really want to acknowledge the fact that you all were courageous enough to do this with me and to do this with us and with yourself. I'm sending you love, light, healing, and wisdom. And wisdom. Okay.
Thank you so much, Kenya.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.